Okay, this is a video on some customer slash patient care I received from Lahey Clinic on Monday, February 2nd. It starts off with my call to my doctor to get a prescription refilled because I was feeling unwell. My first call to the 7000 number resulted in me being on hold for 13 minutes, not reaching a human. At this time, I figured I would call back on a different number, which I did a few minutes later. I called on the toll-free number. My call was picked up in a few minutes. I was transferred to the prescription line where I requested a refill and asked when it would be done. Their response was they didn't know. They just ship it off to the appropriate department and they take care of it from there. So I asked to be transferred to the office. They transferred me to the doctor's office, and I requested that the prescription be filled by 3 o'clock that day, and if not, I left a message with the person that I would like someone to call me back with an explanation. Now, the reason I did this is over 50% of the time, Lahey Clinic drops the ball on getting the refill processed, and the pharmacist has to request it, or myself, for days on end, until sometimes they had to call in, which was the case this time in the end. Now, I'm going to rush through this a little bit because YouTube only allows the video to be up to 15 minutes, and it's a long time anyway. Now, at this point, I waited until 3 o'clock. I called the pharmacy. It had not been filled, so at a little past 3, I called the doctor's office, was put on hold for a little while, transferred to the prescription line. I asked if it had been processed. They said it had. I said my pharmacist hadn't received it. They said, well, it could take up to 24 hours. I asked to be transferred to the doctor's office, which I was, and asked if it had been processed, and they had said no, but they said in the future I should expect it to take up to 2 days for processing. So at that point I asked why had my call not been returned, or why hadn't I been informed of this earlier. 24 hours and 2 days seems like an inappropriate long time to have to wait for a refill on a prescription when one's not feeling well. So anyway, I was put on hold. They said it had been taken care of, and that was that. At which point, I wanted to talk to a customer service person because I had gotten 2 different answers from 2 different Lahey Clinic representatives about what the turnaround time was on. So I figured I'd talk to Lahey Clinic and really find out what the facts were, what the policy was, and what I could expect reasonably. So I called the front desk, asked to be transferred to customer service, explained briefly a little bit of the situation. They transferred me to human resources after 4 minutes. I called back, I explained what happened to the front desk, whoever answers the phone. They transferred me to human resources. At which point I got on Google, and I just Googled customer service Lahey Clinic, and I was given the 744-8556 number, which I called and was on the line for 7 minutes in a loop with some sort of message. This was it. I can't play the whole 7 minutes. I don't want to, but I'll give you an idea of what it says.
Thank you for calling the Customer Relationship Management Office at Lahey Clinic. If you are calling with questions regarding a First Seniority Freedom letter you received, please press 0. Please press one of the following 3 options and we will be happy to assist you. Press 1 if you are calling for an insurance referral. Press 2 if you are calling to speak with an associate in Patient Financial Services. Press 3 if you are calling to make or change an appointment. For all other calls, press 0 or hold on the line, and a member of our team will be right with you. Thank you.
So now I'm holding. Please
hold for customer relationship management.
Waiting. Someone's gonna pick this up.
That extension does not answer. To enter another number, press 1. If you want to leave a message for this person, press 2. For assistance, press 3. To exit, press star.
Well, I want assistance.
Please hold for
Press 3.
customer relationship management. Thank you for calling the customer relationship management office at Lahey Clinic. If you are calling with questions regarding a First Seniority Freedom letter you received, please press 0. Please press 1.
Okay, so that goes on for 7 minutes. I won't be able to upload this YouTube video if I actually play the whole thing. So at this point, I Google Operations Officer Lahey Clinic, because now my prescription question has turned into a prescription question and a not being able to reach customer service question. And actually, after reviewing my phone log, the phone issue of the line not being even picked up after 13 minutes. So I Google, this is what I get for the operations person. I get the executive profile of Richard Nesto, doctor, and see that he is the operations officer. So I call that office, and or I call the main number, and they transfer me after a short time to his office, and I speak to someone there. This call lasts 14 minutes. Go over the situation, my concerns, first with the turnaround time, the contradictory information from two different representatives, the issue of the customer service number I found on the internet seeming to be incorrect, and the number of minutes in the phone loop, and explained to her I had no idea if this was the correct department, etc. I did not leave a message. First of all, my message from 10 o'clock in the morning had not been returned, and the evidence suggests very poor customer service up to this point. So I don't expect that to change at this point. So we go back and forth. She goes onto the internet. She instructs me where to find the customer service site and where the numbers would be and all that. So I go to this site, the Lahey Clinic customer service, and look that over. Okay, there's that. That's not the number. That's the number I called. Customer service relationship. The one I called and was on hold for 7 minutes. Concerns and complaints. Now, that's the number I wanted, but there is no number there. Now, the financial counseling, there's a number there. Patient accounts, there's a number there. Referral management, there's a number there. By the way, none of these numbers are the numbers that I did not call any of those. But all of those issues were on the prompt to touch to receive those departments. None of them had anything to do with concerns or complaints. So that's that. So this takes 14 minutes, okay, and then we go on. This was 2 phone calls. It was actually a 14-minute phone call. At that point, the first phone call, I was given her number, or she called me back. We were on the phone again for 16 minutes. Okay, so this all went on for quite a long time, okay? Up to this point, I've probably been on the phone with Lahey Clinic, mostly on hold, for about an hour, about 77 minutes. So that's my experience with customer service. No questions answered, no phones picked up promptly, contradictory information from different representatives, customer service line seeming to be non-functioning, or at least the concerns and complaint department. As a patient, I don't feel valued. So my next step is finally I go down to the pharmacy. It hasn't been received. This goes back and forth. Finally, the pharmacist calls Lahey and gets it taken care of. At which point I receive a call from someone at Dr. Nesto's office. And this is what that call says. This is the message. I'm going to just say what it says out of the person has probably a reasonable right to privacy with this phone call. So I will just give you an idea of what it says. So this is from Dr. Nesto's office. Hi, this is Deborah, Lahey Clinic Cardiology. Spoke to customer relationship. Janet's there today. She didn't get a voicemail. More than willing to help me with my issues, concerns. She's available to 5. Her direct dial number is the 8556 number. The options that they give do not pertain to the concern you have. So don't choose 1, 2, or 3. Press 0 or remain on the line. She's the only one manning the office today. You'll be speaking with Janet if you wish to follow up with her. So this is the gist of that conversation. There's a little more. I have it saved in case anybody who cares about customer service would actually like to address the issues that I was concerned about. So that goes on for a little while. I got to wrap this up in interest of getting this up on YouTube. Shortly thereafter, probably a half hour, I get a call from, I got that call from Nesto's office saying to give Janet a call. So I call that number again, and this time it only takes a couple minutes to get through. And I explain that this is, my name is, and she seems defensive right away. Her first response is, "You didn't leave a message," and I'm kind of taken aback because I just spent. I don't need to explain this again. 7 minutes on hold, 7 minutes getting through to human resources, 4 minutes there, 14 minutes, and then another 16 minutes. So we're looking at 28 minutes. We're looking at quite a long time of explaining the situation and being on hold, and then being expected to do that again from the customer service person who, so I just didn't want to deal with it, so I told her that. I would have liked her to be told the situation and then her to call me and apologize instead of being defensive. So, and also having an idea of what actually went on. So I called the following day, talked to someone at Dr. Nesto's office, told them just give me a call back. I would just want to know what my expectation should be with the turnaround time, at which point, and if that couldn't be done, I'll just put my concerns down on a YouTube video, post it, give a call. You can take a look at it, see what my concerns are. That's all the time I have in order to get this posted. Thank you.